चैतन्यमनो विष्णं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथां मह्यं प्रदादे स्वपदान्तिकं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Krishna. So 9th chapter about Guhyam Hitavarnam, that is the king of all knowledge, right? Rajavidya. So very important chapter, and this chapter really deals with devotional services, Bhakti Krishna. So we'll continue with 9.11. Please start memorizing the verses which are important also, so that it's easy for you. Don't keep it till the last day for exam. Avachananti mamuda manishim tanimashidam param bhavamajanando mama buddha maheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all that be. So Krishna says, Avajanati mam muda. So once someone asked Prabhupada, like someone was hearing Prabhupada's lecture, and so they like, why your Prabhupada calls everyone fools and rascals, fools and rascals? You hear in any of Prabhupada's lecture, most of the time Prabhupada mentions that, no, they're all fools and rascals. So why Prabhupada uses such very words? But then that's the translation. If you see Avajananima Muda, the Muda means fools. So Prabhupada is just translating into English. That's it. It might sound rude, but he's telling the fact. Because it's only fools who say Krishna as an ordinary human being. So fools think of Krishna's form as ordinary human, do not consider the Aishwarya Jnana of the Lord. And fools do not consider his transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that thing. So Srila Prabhupada established the position of Lord Krishna in the purport by saying that Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, where Brahma Samhita says Ishvara Paramatma. He's not an ordinary person. Even though he comes as an ordinary man, right? So Krishna's Yogam Aishwaryam was mentioned in 9.4 to 10, where Krishna is the source of 3 Purusha avatars. So who are the 3 Purusha avatars? 3 Purusha avatars. Yes? Who are the 3 Purusha avatars, you know?
Parashurama.
Purusha avatars.
No, Mataji.
Sharmila Mataji.
Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Shirodaka Sai Vishnu,
Karanodaka Sai.
Very good, yes. So these are the Purusha avatars, okay? So that is different types of avatar is there. Manvantara avatar, Shakti Avesha avatar, Guna avatar, Leela avatar, like that. So in that, Purusha avatars are the 3 Purusha avatars are Garbhodaka Vishnu, Karadosha Vishnu, and Shirodaka Vishnu. So these are, Krishna is the source of all these 3 and who creates and maintains the whole world. One who conducts such inconceivable acts of creation cannot be a common man. So also Brahma Samhita says, Gopal, Tapani Upanishads also describe Krishna's form as Sachidananda Vigraha. And also in 7.14 he says, Devi Shesha Gudamai Mammaya Durateya Mameve Pravadande Maya Egam Tarantite. The soul surrendered to Krishna can get out of the material energy. And how can Lord who conducts creation, controlling the material energy, have a material body like this? And Srila Prabhupada established the position of Krishna, saying that the Mudas, as great scholars, who may be born as extraordinary men due to good dharma, deride him because of poor fund of knowledge. They call Mudas. So who are the 4 types of people who don't surrender to Krishna? 7th chapter we learned.
Naradhama,
Naradhama, that is lowest of mankind. Then
Maya Pahrita Gnana, and
knowledge is captured by Maya Pahrita Gnana.
Asuri Bhavam Ashritaha.
Asuras. Then yes,
Mudas.
Grossly fools.
Mudas are fools, right? Who knows the sloka?
Namam Dushkritino Mudaha. Namam Dushkritino Mudaha.
Prabhatyante
Naradhamaha, Maya Pahrita Gnana, Asurim Bhavam Ashritaha.
Very good, yes. So these are the 4 kind of people who don't surrender to Krishna. They are Dushkritinas. Means Prabhupada says they are not pious. Dushkritinas. Namam Dushkrita, Muda. Muda means fools. So there in that purport, which example Prabhupada mentions about Mudas? Who are the Mudas? Example given is, he mentions an animal.
As.
Yes. It's Marugadu.
Ass.
So he says about the ass. Ass is considered as muda or fool. Why an ass is considered as muda? Why? Is there something in Ganeshan Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. It keeps on working
Why
without
an
any.
Hmm?
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mother?
Yes.
Yes, okay. It keeps on working without any, just not thinking anything, it keeps on working
Yeah,
like
and then
a machine. Yeah.
it carries lot of weight for the washerman and
Yeah.
for just a few grass, right?
Yeah.
And grass is available everywhere. And the ass is thinking that only if I do so much hard work, then will I get that grass. So he's and satisfied by that bundle of grass. And sometimes you've seen this washermans, they keep a stick on top of the ass and put some grass in the front. And the ass will think, oh, I'll get it now, I'll get it now, but he won't get it. And that's how so much hard work he does loiter around so as to get only some few grass. That's why the ass is considered to be a muda or a fool. Okay. So they are mudas. Okay, the ass. Naradamas, the example for Naradamas. You're all Bhakti Shastri students. You should know it on your fingertips. Naradamas.
Jagai Madai Mataji.
Jagai Madai. Good. Jagai Madai is considered as lowest of mankind. Naradamas. Then Maya Abhritatyanam, like all the scientists and philosophers.
Impersonalist Mataji.
Atheistic people, and asuras, that's the demons. Okay, so these are the four kind of people who don't surrender to Krishna. So in that the mudas also come. So the mudas and they may be great scholars who may be born in a very good family and all that, but then they are in ignorance because they don't know anything about Krishna. When Sanatana Goswami approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked, Kayami, who am I, and all that. And that Sanatana Goswami also told Mahaprabhu that Gramya Kahe, like everyone in the Grama on the village, they say I'm a Pandit. They're saying I'm a Pandit, but I'm not a Pandit. Why? Because I don't know the goal of life. So we might have nice degrees, all our material degrees, but then if we don't know the science of Krishna, Krishna Tattva Vete, then if you don't know about Krishna, then we are actually lacking knowledge. So Krishna has a lot of his different energies. He acts through that confidential activities, and eternal body is completely bliss and knowledge. Satchidananda Vigraha is the supreme proprietor, and he awards liberation to anyone. What's the another name of Krishna? Because he's giving liberation.
Mukunda. Mukunda.
Yes. Pradadam Sarvesham Vishnu Revana Samshya. Only he can give us mukti. So he's called Mukunda. Right? We are tied up. So we should be liberated by somebody who's liberated, like spiritual master or Krishna. His manifestation in the material world is a manifestation of internal energy. He controls the infinite and the finite. And still he is aloof. Krishna is Yogamaishwaram. Your devotees who know Krishna as the Supreme Personality Godhead accept Krishna's Yogamaishwaram easily, and the result is that they completely surrender in devotional service. So there are controversies between personalists and personalists, and Mayavadis and devotees, Lord's appearance as a human being, solved on the basis of authoritic text. So when someone say that, how do you say Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead? We should quote Shastras. Like for example, in Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Dritavan kila karmani saharamena keshavaha adi martyani bhagavan buddha kapadamanushaha. So it's given the superhuman acts of Krishna and Balram, the first canto. Krishna and Balram played like human beings, but performed many superhuman acts which no human can perform. So what are some of the superhuman activities Krishna performed?
Govardhan Leela, Mataji.
Yeah.
Govardhan Leela, then
Dancing on the head of the snake.
Kaliya, yes, Kaliya Mardhan. So
Dharma
lots of
Vimohan
Killing
Leela.
of Sekatasura.
Killing
of Sekatasura.
all the Asura, all very powerful demons, yes, Shakadasura and all that. So it's all these superhuman activities which Krishna have performed. Balram, what about Balram? Which were the Asuras Balram killed? There are 2 or 3 who Balram. Dhenukasura, good, and one more. Dhenukasura, that was coming as a donkey, fine. And there's one more with Balram jumped on his shoulders and killed. Pralambasura. Okay, Pralambasura. So Lord's appearance as human is one of his feature of transcendental body. Krishna appears as a 4-hand form then two-hand form in front of Vasudeva and Devaki, and universal form was there, and also the four-hand form in front of Arjuna. So there are controversies between impersonalists and personalists. They say that Mayavadis, they say, they quote Srimad Bhagavatam saying Supreme is present everywhere, in every living entity. So to establish Krishna as an ordinary man or everything is God. So however, based on Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary, we understand Krishna is present as Paramatma in all the hearts. To give attention to the Archamurti in the temple, not to respect other living entity, is a neophyte mentality. Let's use this version. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur warns about this mentality. So it's a neophyte, a Kanishta Adhikari sees only Krishna in the deity form. He doesn't see the devotees. But a Madhyama Adhikari sees Ishvara Tanda Dineshu Vaisheshu Suja Prema Maitrupa Upeksha Yat Madhyama. So he sees Krishna and worship him. He sees the devotees and conflict with him. He sees the innocent and preach to them. And he sees the atheistic people and ignores them, or envious people. Conclusion is the devotee's vision is Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. If everyone is the embodiment of or temple of the Lord. So everyone should be given proper respect. Impersonalists deride temple worships because they say God is everywhere. Now why are you going only to the deity, to the temple? They say, now why are you going to the temple? Because God is everywhere. Yes, God is everywhere. Then why we are going to the temple? So Prabhupada mentions, if God is everywhere, then why not in the temple? He is there in the temple deity also. And temple deity is Archa Vigraha, right? What's the example given? The Archa Vigraha is what? What is the analogy? Prabhupada mentions, like any service you do to Archa Vigraha directly goes to Krishna. What is the analogy compared to? The Archa Vigraha is compared to what in Bhagavad Gita?
Post box, Mataji.
Post box.
Post
Very
box,
good. Yes. Can you explain, Sharmila Mataji? Can you explain?
Yeah, like the post box, it's a authorized this, and whatever you put there will go to the proper destination, and then any ordinary box will not, like it will not happen. So it is authorized, and it will go to the right destination. Hare Krishna.
One second. Hey, Krishna. Yes, Mataji, continue.
It is authorized box, like whatever you put letters, it will go to the right destination. Whereas any ordinary box will not go, like whatever letters you put will not go to the right destination. So it is authorized.
Yeah, so post box is authorized. So that means if you put the letter in the post box,
It will go to the right destination. Yeah.
yes. So like a post box. Yes, post box means if the right post box, like the Indian post box, if you put the letter into the post box, it goes to the right person, the right destination. But but if there is some cardboard box or something where the children's make, and you put if you put the letter into that box, then it won't reach the right destination, right? So that means it's authorized. That post box is authorized by the government. Similarly, this Archa Vigraha is the authorized form of the law. Any service that Archa Vigraha directly Krishna accepted. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so Mayavadi says Krishna's Lord is everywhere, so why you are going to the temple? And then devotees say that Krishna is there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Yes, everyone's part and parcel of Krishna. So if Krishna is everywhere, why not in the temple? The example given is the Archa Vigraha is about the post box. So perfect devotee in Krishna consciousness know that although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is all pervading by his energy and plenary expansion. Okay, so Ganeshan Prabhu, you can post the attendance link after the breakout room because many devotees they will sit there.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, I'll do like. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So it remains in the chat. Okay, so we'll have a quick discussion of the few points to defeat the Mayavadi philosophy with reference to 9.11. You can also quote from Bhagavatam or Brahma Samhita and also Chaitanya Charitamrita and some examples also. Okay, some to how Lord defeated the Mayavadi philosophy, and then so we'll quickly go through the 9.11 perfect, and you have to defeat Mayavadism. Okay, so we'll have a quick breakout room. Okay, so it's a long purport, Srila Prabhupada, 9.11. So much explanations are given. Okay, so let's start with Krishna. Can we start from room number 3? Who's speaking? Chinnaswami Ganesan Prabhu, Madhu Mataji, Sharmila Mataji, Suma Mataji, Shubhita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mayavad philosophy says that Krishna is Arupam because they put more stress on Arupam. But in Brahma Samhita, it says that Krishna is Sachidananda Vigraha. That is Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. And in Mayavad philosophy, they believe that once the material body is lost, individual identity is also lost. But in actuality, individual identity is not lost because and again the neophyte devotee is in the perfect stage. Devotee is in the perfect stage because he can see the 3 stages, like that is Paramatma and Bhagavan, and starting is this thing. Brahman stage. So he can realize all these three stages. So he is in the perfect stage of understanding the personal concept of the Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 6.169, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Mayavad Bhasha Sunile Haya Sarvanasha. Because if we hear to any commentary from a Mayavad philosophy, our life will be doomed. And again in Srimad Bhagavatam, we can quote that 1.2.11. It says that Vadanti Tattva Vidastatvam Yagnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. So we know that Krishna has got 3 this thing. So but this Mayavad philosophy are in the preliminary stage. They are in the preliminary stage, but a devotee has reached a perfect stage of understanding Krishna. He knows the Brahman stage and Paramatman stage and Bhagavan stage also. And again in 1.3.28 of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Swayam Bhagavan Indrari Vakulam Lokam Ridayanti Yuge Yuge. In that also we know that Krishna is Bhagavan himself. So that is a perfect stage of understanding Lord Krishna. And we can quote so many like this, Mataji. And he appeared in front of Lord Krishna appeared in the form of 4-handed Krishna, like Vishnu, to Devaki and Vasudeva. And when they prayed, again, he became an ordinary child. He became just like an ordinary child, but that is also transcendental. But we, with our limited senses and sense perception, we cannot understand Krishna when he descends on the earth, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so when you quote from, you say that, the Mayavadis say that Krishna doesn't have a form. Nirakar, no? Nirakar.
Nirakar.
So it's not material form, so it's like spiritual form, yes, but they say it doesn't have a form. And they are actually worshipping the Brahma, which is the effulgence from Krishna's body, yes. Room number 2, Madhuri Mataji, Gurnath Prabhu, Jyalakshmi Mataji, Rajshri Mataji, Fenaji Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we have noted down some points. So first one is Krishna is the creator. He maintains and annihilates at the same time. So that is one quality from ordinary person. Next one, he is the supreme controller of both material and spiritual world. His body is Sachidananda Vigraha, transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge and eternal.
Yes.
Then Yogam Aishwaram can control finite and infinite, and still he is aloof from all the activities.
Can you be louder, Mataji? Little.
Yeah. Then the 6th point is from SB, reference from SB 10.3.46. So Babuva Prakrita Shishua form. So he was as an ordinary child form. Then in front of Arjuna, he was in the 4-handed form. And again, then he came to the Manusham Rupam. So normal 2-handed form.
Yes.
Then 7th point is it is the reference from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.21. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmanavastitah sada. So he is present in every living entity as a Paramatma. These are 2 points. Hare Krishna.
Nice, man. You got reference. It's good. Room number 1. Akshay Prabhu, Vijay Prabhu, yes, Reddy Prabhu, Gayatri.
Hare Krishna, Reddy Prabhuji.
Reddy Prabhu. Reddy Prabhu, you are on mute.
Hare Krishna Mataji. We have also, I think almost all the points have been covered. The same points like he is the creator, maintainer, and annihilator at the same time. So it is a superhuman act which is not possible for a human being. If it's simple human being, that is not possible. The Brahma Samhita says that Ishvara Parama Krishna. The examples given are that although there may be different officers, if everybody have somebody above the other. So he is the one who is actually controlling the whole universe, spiritual as well as material universes. So he is the supreme authority. So he has a form. And then when he descended on the earth in the form of Krishna, he has conducted many superhuman acts like lifting Govardhana hill, killing Putana, Kalindi, and killing of Shakatasura demons. So these are all the things. And also when after completing Bhagavad Gita narration to Krishna, Arjuna, after seeing his universal form, he wanted to see 400 form. So here again, we can see that he is not a Nirakari. He has a form where he has a human form. I mean, although he appears like a human, he is not an ordinary human being.
Okay. Yeah, that's about Mayavadi philosophy. So Mayavadi, defeating Mayavadi philosophy, right? So any sloka from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna himself defeated Mayavadism? Anyone remember? I'll give a clue. Second chapter. Does anyone remember? Second chapter, where Krishna refuted Mayavadism. Okay, from the second chapter, 12th sloka, it says, Natve evaham jagunasham, nate nene janadipaha, nacheva napavishyama, sarve vayam adaparam. Never was there a time when I did not exist. Krishna says, nor you. So he's saying, whether there was a time where Krishna, the Supreme Lord, did not exist. That means when the Mayavadi say that, Mayavadi say we are one with the Lord. No, I am God, you are God, we are all God. So, and he says, I and nor you. That means there are two people. We are different from the Lord. So again, he's refuting Mayavadism in that sloka. Please fill your attendance link. Attendance link will be posted only once. So please fill it now itself.
It's not working, Mataji.
Why? Guneshri Mataji shared it with Ganesh and Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, it's not working.
It's not working. Not opening.
Yes, Mataji, it's not opening. I also checked now. Of course, I received it from Guneshri Mataji. Just now, I am also checking it. It's not opening. Shall I take a screenshot, Mataji?
Yeah, just take a screenshot. Try contacting Mataji if possible, but she is a little busy.
Yeah, she sent a message that some his relations have come
Okay,
from.
please take a screenshot. We'll fill it.
Sure, Mataji.
So 9.12 says Moksha Moga Kamo Moga Jnana Visheshataha Vishetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Shaivam Prakriti Mohinim Shritaha. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that daily condition, their hopes for liberation, evolutive activities, and the culture of knowledge are all depleted. So those who are demonic and atheistic people, their hope for liberation is taken away. Why? Because they are not going to get liberation, right? You will get liberation only when you know about Krishna. But the atheistic people, they deride Krishna. So they are attracted by the atheistic and demonic views, and their hopes for liberation will get defeated. So example of categories are Duratmas. Many devotees who assume themselves to be in Krishna consciousness and devotion service, but at heart they don't accept the Supreme Personality of Krishna as the absolute truth. So sometimes, what is the example for this? They are in Krishna consciousness, they might be chanting, but still they don't accept because still they worship demigods. Or that's what when Amrishya Prabhu was visiting some of the houses, he was traveling, so he visited some devotee's house. They were about to get initiated, and he went and saw the altar was full of all demigod worshippers and everything. So that means still they didn't realize, or they didn't, yeah, we can't neglect the demigods, or we can't offend them. Yeah, but then, while when you worship, when you know Krishna as a Supreme Personality God, somewhere inside you feel like, no, I want everyone. Somewhere inside you feel like Krishna cannot fulfill all your desires, something like that. That means you didn't accept Krishna as the supreme truth. Those engaged in fruitive pious activities are ultimately hoping to be liberated, but they mock Krishna and deride Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. So people are envious of the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna says, Namam Vishpidna Vrindam. Yes, Ganeshan Prabhu.
They are called as Pasandis, no, Mataji.
Yes,
They consider demigods as well as the Supreme Lord as equal. No? Those who consider.
So Rajshri Mataji, yeah, Prabhu have taken a screenshot, so don't worry about the attendance. We'll fill it up. Okay. Yes, Prabhu, Pashandis. In the sense they are envious of Krishna and they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. They never surrender to Krishna. They mentally speculate about the absolute truth, and they bring them to false conclusion that ordinary living entities are one and the same. They think that the body of any human being is simply covered by material nature, and as soon as one is liberated from the material body, there is no difference between God and himself. That's called Sayuja Mukti. They want to merge with the Lord. And what is the fate or destiny of such people? They take shelter of material energy and are attracted by the atheistic and demonic views. They never surrender to Krishna and never taste the fruit of devotion service. They can never go back to Krishna. And birth after birth, they get species in demonic life itself. Real knowledge remains under the illusion and they gradually regress to the darkest region of creation. So it's actually an offense. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls Mayavadis as what? That's the one term.
Venomous snakes.
Huh?
Poisonous snakes. No?
Mayavadis. Okay.
Because it is like poison, no, Mataji. Once we accept it, because
once they touch Putam Harikatamadram Shramana, yeah, you're telling we should not hear from a Mayavadi, yes. Okay, but he uses a term for Mayavadis.
Okay.
Does anyone know? Okay, so he calls them as
Serpents, Mataji.
Huh?
Serpents, Mataji.
What?
He's saying serpents.
Serpents. Oh, like this. The senses are compared to the serpents. Mayavadis are called Krishna Aparati. Mayavadis are, Mahaprabhu calls Mayavadis as Krishna Aparati. Why? Why he calls him Krishna Aparati? Krishna Aparati, that means they're doing offense to Krishna. What offense they're doing to Krishna?
They are misguiding, Mataji.
But to
They are
Krishna,
deviating others.
they are misguiding the devotees or general people, but then what offense they're doing to Krishna? What aparada
They are Hare Krishna Mataji. They are denying that Krishna has a form.
Yes, absolutely correct. So yes, you'll be like Shmade. So they are Krishna has a beautiful form, and Brahma Samhita, all the scriptures says, and Krishna has appeared at form as Radharaman and Swayambhu deities, we know Udupi Krishna and all. So unless Krishna have a form, how will he appear from a Shila? Right? So Mayavadis are saying Krishna has a beautiful form, and Mayavadis are saying Krishna doesn't have a form. He's Nirakar. Krishna has 64 qualities, and Mayavadi says he's Nirguna. He doesn't have qualities and pastimes, and he's just light, and I am God, you are God, we are all God. So that means they're doing offense to Krishna's form, they're doing offense to Krishna's pastime, qualities, everything. So Krishna has a beautiful form, but they're saying Krishna doesn't have a form. That's an offense, no? It's an aparat. So Krishna Mayavadis are called Krishna Aparati. So it's also said that one who considers the body of Krishna to be material should be driven out from all rituals and activities of Shruti and Smriti. And if one by chance sees in space, one should at once take bath and changes to get rid of himself of infection. So 13 to 14, the characteristics of Mahatmas or Ananya Bhaktas or pure devotees are mentioned. It's all Uttamadhikaris are mentioned here. 13 to 14. Mahatmanas Tumam Partha Devim Pragrim Ashritaha Pachanti Ananya Manaso Kyatva Bhautivim Avyayam Utanakrita. Those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality Godhead, original and inexhaustible. 14 says, Tadatam Kirta Yando Mamiram Dasya Gridabhritaha Namasindasya Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Uvastate, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So Mahatmas are those who accepted Krishna as he reveals himself. Bahunam Janma Namante Jnanavan Mam Pravatide Vasudeva Sarva Iti Samahatma Subhurlava. So Mahatmas are who? Those who surrender to Krishna. They are called Mahatmas. So Mahatmas are always under the protection of Devi. Mahatmanas Tumam Partha Devim Prakriti Mashra. They are under the protection of Krishna's energy. That's the first sign of Mahatma. By surrender unto the Supreme Personality Godhead, they are completely surrender. And it said, once you surrender to Krishna, then you can cross the material energy. Right? So being marginal potency, as soon as the living entity is from the control of material, is put under the guidance of nature. The guidance of spiritual nature is called Devi Prakriti or divine nature. So the characteristics of Mahatmas or Ananya Bhaktas are, the Mahatmas, they are completely surrendered to Krishna. Second, the Mahatmas does not divert his attention anything outside Krishna, because they know perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality, the cause of all cause. Such Mahatmas are great souls developed through association with other Mahatma devotees. And pure devotees are not even attracted by Krishna's other features. Even the four-handed Mahavishnu form. Like when the gopis, they were searching for Krishna after rasa dance. They saw the four-handed form, the Lord, and they paid obeisance and asked, did you see our Krishna? No, the four-handed. So they're not attracted even to the four-handed form. They're simply attracted to the two-armed form of Krishna. They're not attracted to other features of Krishna, nor are they concerned with any other form of demigod or human beings. They meditate only upon Krishna in Krishna consciousness, and they're always engaged in answering service of the Lord Krishna consciousness. So once are completely surrendered to Krishna. Second, they do not divert their attention to anything outside Krishna. Third, Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord, Personality of God. Sadatam Kirtayandama. Somebody asked, Srila Prabhupada says it chant 16 rounds. Anywhere in Bhagavad Gita is it mentioned chant 16 rounds? No. So why are you ISKCON people saying chant 16 rounds? Where is it mentioned? Krishna mentioned Satatam Kirtayandama, 9.14. Satatam, always. Satatam. But it was Srila Prabhupada's special mercy, he made it as 60. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati used to give us 64 rounds. And Prabhupada, no, in the Western world, it's not possible. So he made 32. Then he finally told at least 60. Imagine if it's 64, how many, most of us would be struggling, right? So Krishna says Satatam, it was Srila Prabhupada's special mercy, he made it as, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Kirtaniya Satahari, always. But can we do it? No, we are so fallen in Kali Yuga that it's special mercy of the Acharyas, they gave us 16 rounds. In other words, he's not impersonal. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord. Praise his holy name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Nama Rupa Guna Leela. One has to glorify all the things. Therefore, Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Quality of a Mahatma is they endeavor with firm determination. Such a Mahatma has a firm determination to achieve the ultimate end. It is association with the Supreme Lord in the 5 transcendental rasas. Shanta, Dasi, Satya, Valsalya, Madhurya. To achieve that success, he engaged all his activities, mental, bodily, vocal, everything in the service of the Lord. Mahatma is engaged in all the activities and he's determined. Ulsaha, Nishya, Dhairya. And such as fasting on certain days like Ekadashi, appearance day of the Lord, is all done by devotees. And regulations are offered to the for who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality God in the transcendental world. Mahatmas are great souls, strictly observe all the rules and regulations, therefore they show to achieve the desired result. And they always go down to Krishna. Namasindashamam Bhaktya. Krishna says, Manmana Bhavamatvatva Madhyajamam Namaskuru. So they go down to Krishna and perpetually they worship Krishna with devotion. Engaging all mind, body, vocal, everything in the service of the Lord by process of devotion. And how does one, as described here, that only in devotional service it's easy, but it has to be performed in a happy mood. One does not need to undergo any severe penances and austerities. We can live in this life in devotion service guided by a spiritual master. What bhakti is that? Doing devotional service under the spiritual master. What bhakti it's called?
Sadhana Bhakti.
What sadhana bhakti?
Vaidhi.
Sadhana Bhakti.
Vaidhi. Yes, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. And later on it goes to Raganuga bhakti. So doing sadhana bhakti under the expert spiritual master is called Vaidhi sadhana. Okay, and we can do it in any position, either as a householder, sannyasi, brahmachari, any position, anywhere in the world. Sthane, sthita, shrutikata, tanuman. We can be in whichever position we are, still do devotional service. He can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of God and thus actually become Mahatma, great soul. So how is it possible to become Mahatma? By association with other Mahatmas. And 9:15, Krishna says, Jnana yajnena chapi anye janto mam upasade ekatvena pratvena bahuda vishvatomukam. Others who engage in the sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So they worship Krishna indirectly without knowing that it's only Krishna whom they are worshipping. So the Mahatmas are topmost, and there are 4 kinds of Sudrutis, no? Chaturvita Bachande Mam Jana Sudrutin or Jana Arpa Jitnashura Karte Jnani Javadarshava. The distressed, the financially money minded major people, inquisitive, and those engaged in cultivation of knowledge. So in that, jnanis are the best, and there are 3 types of jnanis discussed. Ekatvena means he who worships Krishna as one with the Supreme Lord, himself as one with the Supreme Lord. These are the lowest people. Ekatvena, they want to become one. Ekatvena is considered God worship, although they worship themselves as God with the Supreme. But at least they have the sense that we are not in a body but spirits. And Prithaktvena means he who conquered some form of the Supreme Lord and worship that. They include demigod worshippers also. Then Vishvatomukha, he who accepts the universal form of the Vishwarupa of the Lord and worships that. So these are all again jnanis. 16 to 19 says about worshipping Krishna in the universal form, but universal form is also temporary. What is any other difference between universal form and the two-handed form? What is the other difference? Is there any difference? Okay, one is temporary. Both are spiritual. Yes, Mataji?
Temporary.
Yes. So temporary. Universal form is a temporary and the two-handed form is eternal form. Yes. Is there any other difference?
Material form, Mataji.
Huh?
It's material, not spiritual.
No, actually, yeah. Actually, Krishna's all the forms are spiritual only, Mataji. Whenever Krishna comes in any form, even if it's a universal form, it's not material. See, material, when you say it's
Imaginary, Mataji.
Yeah.
Imaginary.
Imaginary, it is there. The universal form is there. It's not material. Material means what? Made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Is the universal form made up of like that? No. That is also spiritual only. Anything Krishna does is spiritual only. It cannot be material. It cannot be imaginary because
it's more pleasing form, Mataji.
Huh?
Like it's more pleasing form.
Two-handed form is more pleasing. Very good. Universal form is the Kala form. It's very fearful form, right? And Arjuna himself says, I don't want to see the universal form. Come back to the two-handed form. Yes. What else? Fearful. Yes. Yodhilakshmi Mother says it's fearful. Yes. Kala form is very fearful. What about the relationship of the rasas?
All the rasas are present in the two-handed form.
In the two-handed form. What about universal form? Can we develop Madhurya with universal form? You see the universal form, the gopis will run. Krishna never showed
The universal form is for the other people, Mataji, other than devotees.
Yeah.
To perceive that the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, devotees want to see the two-handed form, right? Yes. Because they can develop the rasas with the Lord in the two-handed form. This sweet Sham Sundar form, very cute form, the two-handed form. You can have Sakya, Valsalya, Madhurya, all the rasas. But universal form is very fearful and the devotee doesn't want to see that form. That is just a temporary form shown to the demonic people or to prove others that Krishna is a supreme personality Godhead, to set a criteria, Arjuna asked Krishna to show them. Later on, Arjuna himself says, Krishna, I don't want to see this form. Come to the two-handed form. So the rasas, the mellows, we can develop only with the two-handed form and as Bhagavan. But every form which Krishna says accepts, even when he comes as Varahadev, in a boar or a pig form, in a fish form, whichever form, even its universal form, everything is spiritual. Whatever Krishna form he took, it's spiritual, not material like us. Because Krishna is not bound by the Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna. He's above the three modes. Even if it's a universal form, it is spiritual, but it's temporary and it's not the eternal form. And as you said, you can't develop a rasa with that form. Very fearful, the universal form. But the Shamsundar form is a very cute form of the Lord. Now we can have a develop a rasa and we can serve that particular form. That's a difference here. So Krishna has already discussed the results gained by Ekatvena worship. That is from 16 to 19. Aham kratur aham yajna swathaham aham aushadam mandro aham evajyam aham agni aham bhutam. But it is I who am the ritual. I am the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter, the fire, and the offering. So Krishna is saying the next 4 verses, he will explain how to recognize and worship him in the universal form. Seeing that Krishna is the personality behind all the material phenomena, the worship of the universal form will turn him. The practical application is seeing Lord Krishna's superiority in terms of the material world as well as our demigods, we really want to worship him. Since Krishna is both matter and spirit, the gigantic universal form, comprising all material manifestations, is also Krishna. And his Vrindavan pastime, as the two-handed Shamsundar playing on a flute, are those of the supreme personality of God. So the Vrindavan Shamsundar form is the most and yes, Krishna is the various elements of all this. It says Aham Krato, Aham Yajna. That means he is the rituals mentioned in the scriptures. And he is the sacrifice mentioned in the scriptures. Oblations, everything is Krishna. The healing herbs, Aushada, transcendental chant, the mantra. Right? He say Yajnana, Japa Yajnosmi. So all the opulence is chapter. Krishna says Yajna, it's Krishna. The ghee, the clarified butter, the fire, the act of offering, everything is to for Krishna. Pita Asyo Jagato Mata Data Pitaha Vedya Pavitra Monkara Riksama Yajurevacha. I'm the father of the universe. Pita Aham, right? Krishna is the Pita, the father of the universe. Then mother, Mata, the Data, the support, and the grandchild, Pitamaha. Knowledge, Vedyaham, the purifier, the syllable Om, Omkara. I'm also the Riksama and the Yajurveda. So everything is coming from Krishna. So understanding Krishna in all our relationship. In material existence, we create different type of relationship with different living entities who are nothing but Krishna's marginal energy under the creation of Prakriti. Some of them appear as a father, mother, grandfather, creator, but actually they are all parts and parcel of Krishna. So the Krishna says he is the father. Aham bija pratapita. He is our seed-giving father. Not only for us, all the living entities. So father, mother, support, grandson, all these relations in the material world are part and parcel of Krishna. And actually it is said, I was hearing a Vaishnava saying that whatever love our parents give us, whatever love our children gives, or husband, wife, all the relationship, whatever love it's coming, it's actually coming from Krishna. They are just an instrument and it's coming through Krishna. Okay, so through Krishna, Krishna sends someone to take care of us or to be with us, all that, because that is Krishna's love towards us. And it's 1,000 multiplied by 1,000 times this actual love of Krishna. Like how much of our parents love us, or mother loves the children, whatever it is, 1,000 times multiplied, thousands and thousands. That's the Krishna's love for us. So, and Data, he implies a creator, a supporter. He's a purifier. That subject matter which helps us purify a constitutional question is also Krishna. His Omkara and transcendental sound vibration, all the Vedic mantras is therefore Krishna. All the Vedas, because all the hymns are Omkara, and therefore it is Krishna. Okay. And Hare Krishna mantra already have Krishna, right? So no need of Om. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Vasa Sharanam Surat Prabhava Pralayash Stanam Nidhanam Bijama Kavya. I'm the states are written about the most year and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. So Krishna is Gati, Param Gati. The ultimate goal is Krishna. Ante Narayana Smriti. We should remember Krishna and go back to Krishna. Although people do not know it, many make their destination to different demigods. But by worshipping demigods, will you reach Krishna? No. So Yanti Deva Yada Deva Pidri Yandi Pudri Vrta Bhudani Yadi Bhuteja Yadi Matyaji no Viva. If you worship demigods, you go to demigods planet. If you worship Bhutas, go to them. You worship ancestors, go to them. Yadi Matyaji no Viva. If you worship Krishna, go to Krishna's planet. But sometimes, what is the analogy Prabhupada uses? Does anyone remember? Like they say, worshipping demigods, you go to Krishna. No, but Prabhupada says, if you worship Krishna, you go to Krishna. Any analogy you remember?
Ticket to different places, Mataji.
Huh?
When we take ticket
Train
to
travel.
certain place, we go there only.
Very good. Yes. So Prabhupada mentions if you take a ticket to the Calcutta, Mumbai or something, you go to that particular place. You can't go to some other place with that ticket. Now, similarly, you go into the boat of Krishna consciousness, you go to Krishna. Or you worship demigods, you go to demigods planet. So because you're purchasing that particular ticket, you go to that particular place. Right? So that's an analogy which Prabhupada mentions. Oh, I'm happy you said that. Okay. So sometimes they say the demigod planets, they are all creations of Krishna and they're simultaneously different from Krishna. I mean, the same as Krishna, simultaneously Krishna, not Krishna, sometimes they say. But sometimes they say all the rivers, they flow to the sea. So you worship any demigod, you reach Krishna. No, that's wrong. Being manifestation of Krishna's energy, they are Krishna, but they serve only a step forward for realizing Krishna. You approach different energy of Krishna as an indirect approach. Better to have direct approach, which saves time and energy. Like you have an elevator and a staircase. So if you take a staircase, it takes a long time to reach the destination. You go to the elevator, immediately it can take you. So similarly, you worship Krishna, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, directly this Goloka. Otherwise, staircase will take a lot of time to go. So he's a sustainer because everything is resting on Krishna's energy. He's the master. Ego Bahunamiyo Vittadikam, and he maintains everyone. Krishna is supreme ruler and everything belongs to him. Shavasamitam Sarvam. He's a witness. He's in everyone's heart. Sarvasya Shakam Vishnu. He's in us about the residents and countries or planets in which we live. And his ultimate goal or shelter, we have to take shelter of Krishna for any distress. And he's Suhrit. Suhritam Sarva Bhutanam. He's our only friend because he is the cause of our generation and the supreme father. So we'll take just a couple of slokas and stop. Tapami aham varsham nigranami budsvijamicha amritam chevam nidrisha sadasatja hamarjuna. O Arjuna, I give heat and I withhold and send forth the rain. I'm immortality and I'm also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. So Krishna is the heat and light as Krishna's energy. So there's not, and for Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. His body and the soul are same. Energy is energy which sustains us and which prolongs the duration of life. So both are Krishna's energy. So by analyzing all these different energies of Krishna, one can ascertain that for Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. In other words, he's both matter and spirit. The advantage of Krishna consciousness one day from he can tell Krishna in every. Savar Jangama deke na deke Taramurti, Sarvata deke Nija Ishta Devasmurti. A pure devotee is essentially Krishna, anything else, but we see Krishna everywhere. Okay, you can stop here. Maybe 20th sloka, we can start next week. Now, next week, we can complete this chapter. This is like 34 slokas. Yes, we'll finish this. So all of you, please submit your open book assessment by Monday. Yes, Prabhu. Ready, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. One small doubt actually. We are always talked about like we should be praying only to Krishna. But when it comes to Bhogarthi, why is it that we have to go through the spiritual masters? Why not directly offer to Krishna?
Next question. Yes, actually, we are not qualified to directly go offer to Krishna because it's actually Radharani who offers to Krishna. Okay? So any service, if Krishna has to accept us, we have to go through the parampara. Because we are not still pure, Prabhu. We still have many kalmashas or many anarthas, right? There are many anarthas in us. We're not still in that purified platform. So we should always go through a bona fide disciplic succession or a parampara to reach to Krishna. Might be to at one stage until there you reach the Uttamadhikari stage. Even after that, we should you would also always see Prabhupada offering obeisance to his guru. So because Krishna himself have shown in the same way, like he has Sadhipani Muni, or when he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had Ishwarapuri. So even Krishna himself shows that we need a spiritual master to go to Krishna. So in that way, but spiritual masters are actually a representative of Krishna. They are not different from them. They are representative of Krishna. It said that when we are serious in spiritual life, Krishna is in the heart as Paramatma, right? Chaitya Guru.
Right.
He comes out as spiritual master. So from inside, Krishna instructs us as Paramatma Chaitya Guru. From outside, he comes as spiritual master. So he's a medium through which we can go from. He's a medium. We are not still purified to directly offer anything to Krishna, and Krishna may not accept it, may or may not accept. But when you go through the parampara, the spiritual master, who are all pure devotees, who are recognized by Krishna, the pure souls, and Krishna gets easily pleased with them. So through them we go, just a medium to reach Krishna. And Krishna says, you should become my devotee's devotee. Now Krishna becomes more pleased when we become his devotee's devotee.
So if that be the question, Mataji, Lord Shiva is the exalted Vaishnava.
Yes, Vaishnava.
What is wrong in...
we can...
sorry to question this. I mean, sorry to ask this question.
So
he is the highly exalted Vaishnava, we say.
Yeah, so if we worship Lord Shiva, then we goes to Kailas. We will go to that planet. And Lord Shiva cannot give you moksha, mukti. Lord Shiva himself worships Krishna. You can read Rudra Gita. So we are not offending them. But we don't worship them in the sense because we are watering the root of the tree. That's why. But we definitely, respect Lord Shiva and give a lot of position to Lord Shiva because he's the best among the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavana Mera Shambhu. But when you worship them, you might go to that planet. And there's every chance that you can ask for material things from them. So slowly, what happens? You become attached to this material world. But we don't want that. We want to get detached and Mukti Pradadam Sarvesha Vishnu Revana Samshaya. Moksha can be given only by Krishna. Otherwise, we'll come back again and again in this material world, again take birth, death, old age, disease. So anyway, you are watering the root of the tree. Why do we have to water the different parts of the... We can worship Lord Shiva in the sense to ask for Krishna Bhakti. In that way, we can worship because even gopis, they did Katyayani Vrata. So, but they wanted Krishna as their husband. They are showing us by example that you're worshipping demigods, ask for Krishna, not any material thing. But what happens? We might ask for material things because Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. He becomes easily pleased. And but he asks for Krishna Bhakti. There's always a checking point in us. But there's nothing wrong in celebrating Shivaratri in the sense devotees don't fast on such days because we're already taking Ekadashi. But then you can ask for Krishna Bhakti on that particular day. The intention is important, what we are praying for. Yes, Akshay Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji, just now you're talking about the heart of Krishna Mataji.
Huh?
Just now you're talking about heart of Krishna, Krishna's heart.
Huh.
I heard Puri Jagannath heart Krishna. What's it, Mataji? Some it's high security that transferred and what they do, Mataji?
Prabhu, Krishna's all the parts are transcendental. It's Satchidananda part. Okay.
Okay.
And Krishna says his heart is with his devotees. So Krishna's heart is full of devotees, or Krishna's heart is with devotees. How can he leave his heart somewhere and go? I don't know. I'm not anyone to comment on this, but then we know that when Krishna appears and disappears is compared to the sun. So he goes back, he ends his pastime and goes back in the same Satchidananda eternal form. Jagannath Puri is so special for Vaishnavas because Mahaprabhu was there. And in Jagannath Puri is a dham, so definitely Lord Krishna is always there. Jagannath, he's always there. All the dham is spiritual, so Krishna is always there. But about this thing, I'm not anyone to comment on that.
Okay,
Then
Mataji.
we should not get fooled by anything because we should know about Krishna's appearance. Janma karma chame divyam, it's everything transcendental. Is Ganeshan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, just adding to E.S. Reddy Prabhuji's question, Mataji. Here you clarified it beautifully, but can we quote 2.8 also in this? Will it be correct? However learned a person may be, but still he has to take the guidance from the spiritual master. He cannot directly approach Krishna. No, even though Krishna gave this as a spiritual master to Arjuna, in our case, as Krishna is present, as you told, as Chaitya Guru inside, and externally he comes as a spiritual master. No, because however learned the person may be, but for certain aspects of life, facing certain problems, for following certain guidelines, rules, and regulations, it is very, very necessary for a person to have the association of a sadhu or a devotee or a spiritual master. And then only, which is also said in the teachings of Kapila also, no, Mataji, which is very much highlighted. And so it is very, very important for a person to have the guidance, without which because the spiritual master only helps the person to cut the attachment with the material aspects of life, and it makes the other attachment towards Krishna, and he acts as a bridge between Krishna and so can it be quoted? I was just thinking, no, that Kiba Vipra Kiba Vyasa Shudra Kene Naya, and it is mentioned, no, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So I was just thinking about it, just want to clarify from you.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely. So we can't touch fire for a long time. We need a stick, a wooden stick we can touch fire. So similarly, Krishna is so Satchidananda, spiritual, so pure. We may not be able to go directly, but if we have a medium like a guru to reach Krishna, it's very easy, very easy. And in one lifetime itself, we may go back. But if we don't have a spiritual master, how much of a janma we struggle, we may not come to that standard. Because see what happens, Reddy Prabhu, during Diksha or initiation ceremony, the guru is taking all your karma, past karma, all your sinful reactions are getting nullified. You're getting a spiritual name or rebirth. So who can do that? No, we are doing Ekadashi, we are chanting Hare Krishna so that we get purified by all our sinful reactions and we try to go back. Unless all your sinful reaction doesn't come down, you can't get liberated. So Guru is just doing it in a second of that during that initiation ceremony. He's just taking away all your sins. I mean, how glorious it is, how much favorable is that towards our spiritual journey. So that's why initiation is very important in our life, because how much ever we struggle, all that's 84 lakh janmas, sinful reactions will not get crushed away. Because we are not doing Shuddhana, we are just doing Nama Aparat stage. So how much will Nama Aparat, how many years we chant, still the qualification to enter into the spiritual world, we may not acquire that. But then the Guru just gives that qualification in a moment, or that's a special mercy. And he takes us through a parampara. So parampara is very important. And the knowledge we are receiving, that's also from parampara. Krishna also says, Evam parampara praptam. Why Krishna is, he could have directly told to Arjuna, he is going through sun god and all that happened. Why? Because Krishna is showing that knowledge also should come, the transcendental knowledge comes through the parampara, the mercy comes through the parampara. Krishna directly, Krishna blesses when you become dasa and das, when you become the servant of Krishna. So that's why spiritual masters are very important. And any offense also that is done during deity worship, or when you offer the vote, that also the spiritual master nullifies. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare
Krishna. Thanks to everyone. Thank you for joining. So can we end? Next week we'll so please all of you post your open links, open assessment by Monday. They will close the form on Monday.
Sure.
Hare Krishna, thank you for joining.
Hare
Thank you for
Krishna.
mentioning one channel.